It's a great day, everybody. You have decided to hire a marine consultant. Good for you. Now you have searched and you have strived and you have worked long and hard to compile a short list of marine consultants. But wait, how do you compare them? How do you evaluate your different options? Hello everybody, I am Nick the Naval Architect. Welcome back to the last video in this series on how to hire a marine consultant. Today we are going to review the different items that you should consider when evaluating your consultant. Now this is very much like a job interview, and I am going to show you the crucial questions that you need to ask to get the right consultant. Before we get started, a few ground rules. Now, my advice is just one approach, one opinion. You are going to find other opinions out there. I welcome you to look at other opinions. Combine them all. Form your own opinion. It's not about really trying to find one perfect answer. What I'm trying to do here is, number one, arm you with the tools to ignore useless marketing. And then number two, give you the tools to ask your own questions and understand how to find the right match for you. Because it isn't about finding a perfect marine consultant. A lot of the things I'm laying out here are meant to be the perfect consultant, and I can tell you now, they don't exist. There's always going to be one or two things missing. If you find somebody that matches every single thing I've laid out here, then you're missing something. So don't focus too much on having a checkbox of right and wrong. Instead, focus on understanding from all of this the things that are important to you so that you can find someone you trust and will be able to work with many years to come. Start by looking at the company's web pages. Compare their web pages to other options on your short list. And you really want to see, number one, was the company organized enough to develop a web page? That's kind of the beginning line. And also, not just any web page. Are they current with marketing trends? Does their web page look fairly similar to other naval architects? That's important because it shows their awareness of what's going on around them. The second thing that you really want to look at is, did you learn anything from their web page? Is it actually helping you as a client, or is it just a flashy commercial? Now, a great consultant is going to educate you on their web page. They're going to help you understand questions you need to ask and let you better understand who they are as a consultant and arm you with the ability to evaluate them correctly. Speaking of evaluating them, the next thing you want to look at is publications. And this is important if you're looking for a naval architect that shows innovation. Everybody wants to say that they are an innovative naval architect. Now, that's easy to say, harder to do. Look to see if they have actually published any papers. That shows them doing actual useful research contributing to the body of knowledge. And that is how you can really tell if they are innovative. So consider what's important to you. Right, you've made it past the first stage. Here is the most important thing you need to do. You've talked to them initially, you've got some first opening comments. You need to talk to their references. Get a list from them of people that they have worked with in the past. Call some of those people. What you really need to do is ask leading questions. What did you like about Jim Bob? How was the communication with Jim Bob? Information from your friend that you can then transfer to your own personal experience. Next step is we look at resumes. Okay, you're going to want to look at more than just the project leader though. Every marine consulting firm wants to pick the most impressive person they have on staff and show you their resume. But that's only one person. They can't do all the work. So look at lower level people as well. They're going to probably do the majority of the work. See how qualified they are. Try checking online. LinkedIn is a professional networking site, linkedin.com. Many marine consultants will list their own personal resumes up there as well. Their profile is the online equivalent of a resume, and that can give you a lot of other information in addition to what the marine consulting firm provides. It gives you a more complete picture. Now, there's another thing you want to focus on is their past project experience. This is especially important if your marine consultant will be doing any project management work. When you're looking at these resumes, what you really need to focus on is the experience. Experience matters. So if you've got somebody that's only got 1 to 4 years of experience, don't worry, they can still help you. They're generally going to be working under the supervision of a more experienced marine consultant, but they are still going to be very useful. If there are projects that it's the same thing as what they have done before, then they can definitely be an asset to you. Now, going up the ladder, if you've got 2 to 7 years of experience, those people will be effective on targeted specific tasks. You can have confidence in that. Going on further, you've got 5 to 12 years of experience. That's a good Goldilocks zone, is what I would say. These people are very effective. They've been around the block a few times. You can trust their experience and their opinion. They're going to be a master of several technical skills that you can really go to the bank on. And they've already had some simple project management experience as well. So a great rounded out engineer or drafter there. So going up the ladder now, we've got 10 to 20 years of experience. These people you can trust to be project leads. They can run the entire project for designing a ship, cover all the departments, and that'll be a pretty smooth project in general based on their experience. They can handle complex project management. Now we're going to go all the way to the top level of the experience ladder, 18 plus years of experience. This is guru level. These people are masters of pretty much all the trades associated with vessel design, and you can pretty much guarantee that they know a whole lot. At 18 plus years of experience, ship design has advanced in the last 18 years. So their knowledge and experience may not necessarily be current. So when you're looking at that guru, you also want to check and ask to see what they have done to stay up to date with the current industry practices. Now, you may have noticed that within this experience table, I have overlaps between the different categories of experience. And that's because you can't just take this as a simple cut and dry category system. The quality of the experience matters just as much. So there's a lot of room for leeway there, and that's why you need to ask leading questions about the types of projects people have worked on. All of that determines how effective they are for you in your application. The marine industry is not a single industry. It's actually a collection of small trades. Each trade is specialized. Each one has its own niche of expertise. So make sure that you get experience associated with your trade. Next thing to check for is professional engineer stamp. I am a professional engineer. There's a difference between being a PE and stamping to act as a PE. And I think you really want to demand stamping to act as a PE, because that is going to be a whole new level of caution from that engineer. They're going to be a lot more responsible for their project. They're going to be a lot more cautious. You are going to get a much higher quality design because they are now invested in it personally. We're almost at the end now. You've probably narrowed it down to only 1 or 2 options now for your marine consultants. You're doing your final checks. So if it's a really big project and you want to check every little possibility, the next thing that you can ask about is their QA system. Engineers are humans. They make mistakes. They sometimes forget things. But engineering the product really needs to be perfect. The quality control, the QA system, is how we catch those mistakes. So ask your marine consultant to describe their QA system. And what you're really looking for here is evidence that they have designed this system and thought it through ahead of time. There are a couple things that I would recommend, but it always varies on the firm. I mean, it would be preferable to have every product reviewed by 2 people, preferably 3. Not always possible, depending on the size of the firm. And really, more importantly, you want some sort of quality standard that they're comparing their products against. This might be a checklist or standard operating procedure. Have they thought about this ahead of time? Have they anticipated that they are human and will make mistakes? Congratulations, you've made it to the end. So now you know how to take all of these different elements Combine them together and give yourself a foolproof system for evaluating your marine consultant. We start at the top with the web page. Did you learn something from it? Then, if you're really looking for innovation, see if they have a few publications. Next step down are references. Call them. Even if you're just calling one person per marine consultant, that feedback will be the biggest deciding factor for you. Then we go down to the resumes. Look at those, not just the top performer, look at the lower level people as well. PE stamp. I highly recommend a PE stamp. Speaking as a professional engineer, I can tell you it's going to give you a guarantee of a higher quality ship and get them personally involved and personally responsible for the success of your project. When it's all done, QA system. You want to make sure that they have planned something out and anticipated to correct any mistakes that will occur, because nobody is perfect. If you put all of that together, then you are going to find out that you have a great way to select your marine consultant. And I know this seems like a lot. You may not do all of this for every project, but it's important to consider all of it and understand the process, understand the trade-offs. In this whole series, I've talked about different trade-offs, different ways that things are good and bad, because you have to remember there is no one right solution. And it's about finding the right fit for you. Thank you very much. I am Nick, the Naval Architect. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. Hey, did you know that there is a magic button down below? Click the like button or even the subscribe button, and I will make more videos for you.